Heavy, like a big, gray cloud decided to follow you around, and no matter what you do, you just can't shake it. Well, that's exactly the kind of day Qalbaz was having. Qalbaz usually woke up with a little spark, ready to see what the day would bring. But not today. Today, the world seemed a little less colorful, a little quieter. His favorite breakfast didn't taste as good. The sunshine peeking through his window didn't feel as warm. A deep, heavy sadness had settled right in the middle of his chest, and he didn't know why it was there or how to make it leave. He tried all his usual tricks. He tried to read his favorite adventure book, but the words just swam on the page. He tried to build his tallest tower ever, but it kept tumbling down, which only made him feel worse. It felt like his own personal rainy day, but the rain was happening on the inside. He sat by the window, watching the world go by, feeling very small and very alone with this big, gloomy feeling. Just then, his wise old friend, Zephyr, came by. Zephyr had a way of showing up right when you needed him. He saw Qalbaz's slumped shoulders and the sad little frown on his face. He didn't ask what's wrong right away. Instead, he just sat down quietly next to Qalbaz and looked out the window with him. After a few moments of comfortable silence, Zephyr spoke in his calm, gentle voice. "It looks like a big feeling is visiting you today, my friend." Qalbaz just nodded, not trusting his voice. It was a big feeling. It felt so big it was taking up all the space inside him. Zephyr said, "Feelings are like visitors, Qalbaz. They come and they go. Sometimes they are loud and happy, and sometimes they are quiet and sad. The important thing is to be a good host, even to the sad ones. We don't have to let them take over, but we do have to acknowledge they're here." Qalbaz was confused. Be a good host to sadness? He wanted to kick it out. Zephyr seemed to read his mind. "I know it sounds strange," he said with a soft smile. "Fighting it can sometimes make it stronger. Let's try something. Let's give your sadness a name. What does it feel like?" Qalbaz thought for a moment. "It feels gray," he whispered, "and heavy, like a big, wet, wool blanket." "All right," Zephyr said. "Let's call him the gray blanket. Now, instead of trying to throw the gray blanket off, let's just sit with it for a moment. We're not going to let it smother us. We're just going to notice that it's here." This was a new idea for Qalbaz. He'd always tried to run from his sad feelings. Zephyr then taught Qalbaz his first calming trick. He called it belly breathing. "Place your hand on your belly," he instructed. "Now, I want you to breathe in so deeply that you feel your hand rise, like you're filling up a balloon in your tummy. Breathe in slowly through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for a moment. And now, breathe out just as slowly through your mouth, feeling your hand go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Qalbaz tried it. He took a deep, slow breath in. He could feel his belly push his hand up. He held it, and then he let it all out with a long, slow whoosh. He did it again, and again. With each breath, it felt like a tiny bit of the weight from the gray blanket was lifting. It wasn't gone, but it felt a little lighter, a little less overwhelming. The storm inside him was starting to quiet down. "See," Zephyr said gently, "your breath is your anchor. Whenever the storm of feelings gets too wild, you can always come back to your breath. It's always with you." Next, Zephyr suggested they go for a walk. Movement can help move feelings along. he explained. As they walked, Zephyr didn't try to cheer Qalbaz up with jokes or distractions. Instead, he taught him another tool. He called it the five senses game. Let's wake up our senses, Zephyr said. First, tell me five things you can see right now. Qalbaz looked around. He saw a bright red bird, a funny-shaped cloud, a green leaf with little water droplets on it, a shiny pebble on the path, and Zephyr's kind, wrinkled smile. Good, Zephyr nodded. Now, four things you can feel, Qalbaz thought. He could feel the cool breeze on his cheeks, the rough bark of a tree, the soft grass under his fingers, and the solid ground beneath his feet. Three things you can hear? Qalbaz listened closely. He heard the chirping of crickets, the distant rustle of leaves, and the sound of their own footsteps on the path. Two things you can smell? He took a deep sniff. He could smell the earthy scent of the soil after a recent rain and the sweet fragrance of some nearby flowers. And finally, Zephyr prompted, one thing you can taste. Qalbaz realized he could still faintly taste the minty tea he'd had earlier. By the end of the game, something amazing had happened. Qalbaz realized he hadn't been thinking about the gray blanket at all. By focusing on the world outside of him, the world inside of him had started to feel more spacious. The sadness was still there, but it wasn't the only thing. There was also the red bird, the cool breeze, and the sweet-smelling flowers. When they got back, Zephyr shared one last secret with Qalbaz. He pulled out a small, smooth stone from his pocket. This is a grounding stone, he said, placing it in Qalbaz's palm. Whenever you feel that big, sad feeling starting to float you away, hold the stone. Feel how solid and real it is. Feel its cool surface and its weight in your hand. It can help remind you that you are right here, right now, and that you are safe. The feeling is just a visitor, but you are the house. You are strong and solid. Qalbaz clutched the stone. It felt comforting. He looked at Zephyr, and for the first time that day, a real, genuine smile touched his lips. The gray blanket hadn't disappeared completely, but it wasn't a heavy, suffocating thing anymore. It was more like a small, folded blanket in the corner of the room. He knew it was there, but he also knew he had his belly breathing, his five senses game, and his grounding stone. He had tools. He wasn't helpless. Zephyr smiled back. Remember, Qalbaz, he said, it's okay to be sad. Everyone feels sad sometimes. It doesn't mean you are broken. It just means you are human. The important thing is to be kind to yourself, to breathe, and to remember that no feeling lasts forever. The sun always comes out again. And you know what? He was right. The next morning, Qalbaz woke up, and that little spark was back. The gray blanket was gone. He knew it might visit again someday, but now he wasn't afraid. He knew how to be a good host. He knew how to breathe, how to notice the world around him, and how to hold on to his stone and remember that he was solid and strong. He had learned that he was bigger than his biggest, saddest feelings. So, if you ever have a day like Qalbaz did, remember his story. Remember to breathe deep into your belly. Play the five senses game. Find a grounding object that makes you feel safe. Be kind to yourself, and remember that you are not alone. It's okay to have cloudy days. It's a part of life. And just like for Qalbaz, the sun will always come out again for you too. If you ever feel like your sad feelings are too big to handle on your own, talking to a trusted adult, a friend, or a mental health professional is a sign of incredible strength. You are not alone, and help is always available. Thanks for listening to Qalbaz's story today. We hope it helps you on your own cloudy days. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.